Kaymade-tech here. Thank you for stopping by. Again, I have a new video for you, and we'll be looking at step-by-step guide using Meterpreter with EternalBlue on Windows 7 machines. All right, so you might be asking, what is EternalBlue? I just have a little definition there. EternalBlue exploits a vulnerability in Microsoft Server Messenger block protocol, which allows remote code execution on unpatched Windows system. The vulnerability is officially identified as CVE-2017-0144. So you might be like saying, oh, I use a Windows. Am I affected? EternalBlue affects unpatched versions of Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows Server 2003, 2008, and 2012. Microsoft issued a patch MS17-010 to fix the vulnerability in March 2017 prior to the public release of EternalBlue. However, many systems remained vulnerable due to delayed or incomplete patching. Mitigation: apply updates. Ensure systems are updated with the latest security patches. Disable SMBV1 if it's outdated and should be disabled on all systems. Use firewall. Restrict SMB traffic to trusted network only. And network segmentation. Isolate critical systems to prevent lateral movements of malware. All right, so since we're going to be using Windows 7, let's get our IP address for Windows 7. ipconfig. So our IP address is 192.168.57.130. All right. So the next step is to get onto our Kali Linux. So Kali Linux, I'm going to run nmap for that port 445, which is the SMB port. So that's nmap p445 script SMB for MS17 010, and the IP address for Windows 6857.3. So while this is running, I'm going to launch MS Console. Did I miss out something? Oh, the IP address is incorrect. I mixed it up. 192. Okay, should be good now. So while that is running, let's see, check on this. This is also running. Okay, so awesome. So it gives us the script. It says it's vulnerable. Remote code execution vulnerability in Microsoft SMBV1 server. Okay, so let's go back here. All right, so this is also up and running. So for the purpose of this exploit, we're going to do a search. Search EternalBlue. So we're going to use the first one. Exploit Windows SMB MS17. But you can see this is the EternalBlue, and it was March 2017. Disclosure date. Description: MS17-010 EternalBlue SMB remote Windows kernel corruption. So let's use 0, which is the first one. So it tells us that it defaults to a payload and the default payload is Windows times 64 Meterpreter reverse TCP. So let's show options. Okay, so what are the options we have? So we already have our localhost IP address there, 192.168.56.169. We have our local port 4444. So we already have our remote port 445, which is the SMB IP address, and now we have our remote host, which we have to put in there. So that's going to be set RO hosts 192.168.57.130. So just to confirm that, and we can also run this just to see the ports open for this virtual machine 130. Let's see if this can be quick. All right, so that's mmap scan completed. So as you can see here, that's that's where we are. That's the port we are working with. So I'll just go back to this ms. So let's go to options again just to verify. All right, so I think we are good to go. So we'll just type in exploit. Awesome. So we do have Meterpreter. So what can we do with this? So the first thing we'll do, let's check the system info, sys info. It tells us that this computer name is kaymade-tech PC, Windows 7, x64, that's the architecture. System language is English. Domain workgroup, loggers, on users 2, Meterpreter x64 Windows. All right, what can we do? Let's get UID. So it says server name is NT Authority System. And let's go into the shell. So we're in the shell. So what can we do in the shell? IP config. So it gives us the IP address. That's the same thing. It gives us the same information we have in the Windows. Let me pull up my Windows here. So it gives us the same information. That's the IPv6 address, IPv4 address, subnet mask, default gateway, and all that. And let me pull that back up on Kali. So it gives us every information. So what else can we do? We could look at directories. Let's go to DR. Wow, these are the directories, all the files. So we have all that information. All right. So let's assume we're done with anything. We can create files. We can create directories because this is Windows. We can do so many things here. All right. So we could check so many things. However, now that we are done, let's assume we are done with this. I want to do what we call post exploitation, maybe to take one or two things with us. We can easily do that. All we just need to do is type run. Okay, let me exit this. All right, so I'm back at the Meterpreter. So I could run post those gather hash. Okay, run post with gather. So the specific Meterpreter scripts session script could not be found. Post Windows. Okay, let me do that again. Run. Dada. Some see. So I think I made a mistake somewhere there. Okay, so you can see that it's giving us the hashes for various users, administrator, guest, kaymade-tech, home group, Kali user, Ubuntu user, parallel. So it's very dangerous for us not to patch. Let me clear this. Okay, shell. Okay, so this is where the video is going to end, but we need to be extremely careful with that pot. All right, we need to be extremely careful. And it is we need to, if we're not using this pot, it's important you do what? You disable it. If you're not using the pot, it's okay to disable it. If you're using the pot, then you could make sure you have firewall rules to block, to prevent people from getting to it. All right. I'm pulling up the mitigations that we might need to avoid this exploit. It says apply update. Ensure all systems are updated with the latest security patches. So it's important this is updated. It says disable SMB v1. SMB v1 is outdated and should be disabled on all systems. So it's important that it is disabled. It says use firewall, restrict SMB traffic to trusted networks only, and segmentation. All right, so this is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy this video, we appreciate a like, a share, and a subscribe. Look out for my next video.